Around about 3 weeks ago, there was a illegal rave inside.
So welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're here on Burcott Rd in Avonmouth, Bristol BS11 8AP. Now we do see some unusual things on industrial estates, but this building is really unusual. So we start off with this porter cabin in the car park and this sign here that says Interfering with Goods Act. Notice of intention to sell goods. So that's the first thing. But then you notice how derelict the place is. And what's all the graffiti about?
So basically, around about 3 weeks ago, there was a illegal rave inside.
Really?
Yeah. It was quite well publicised. It was on the news and television and stuff. So the building at the moment is going under repairs from the landlord, and I'm just security. I'm just here looking after the site to make sure that
Oh right, okay.
yeah, to make sure that basically it doesn't get broken into again and isn't vandalised further, or nobody gets inside to hold another rave in the meantime. So it's
So at the time it was an empty building, but somebody got in with a sound system and it invited loads of people here.
There were around about 2,000 people here. So
what? And there was all charged entry and stuff like that.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah. So,
Wow.
Yeah. So
you don't hear of that very often, do you?
No, I mean it happens more in London, I would feel, rather than Bristol. But Avonmouth, if it does happen in Bristol, Avonmouth seems to be the area that sort of thing goes on.
Oh, so it is popular, is it, around here?
It can be at times. Yeah.
So is that really a thing? So you find an empty place,
Yeah.
organise it properly, set yourself up, tickets, and how quick does it get shut down?
Basically, once the police knew that the rave was taking place, obviously they had noise complaints from other barriers nearby.
But if they arrived, so like if the party starts after everyone's gone, on an industrial estate, there's no residents around it, is there?
No.
So does there have to be a complainant first then?
Normally, yeah, or
Right.
if it's just found by random, I guess the police have their investigative tools as well. Basically, then they'll show up, they'll try and speak to organisers. At that point, it's still a debate because they put up squatters' notices saying that they've got possession of the building.
Do they?
So, but the police have certain powers that they can use if they see crimes being committed. So on that night, there was a particular amount of a lot of drugs being used, and a lot of people were coming out very in bad ways, needing welfare. The police were speaking to them, and then obviously because of the amount of drugs that were being found on people and being seen inside, plus there was, from what I know, there was sexual activity taking place in one of the windows.
Right.
It was really, really obvious. So the police had just cause to enter.
Right.
So normally that wouldn't be the case, because if there's none of that disturbance, no evidence of an actual criminal activity being happened, the police would have to go through due process of squatters in the building. Landlord's going to have to go through the courts. That's going to take about 6 months, you know, before they get an eviction order on the squatters. But because it was a rave and there was clear illegal, antisocial and illegal behaviour going on, the police were able to enter, and then they shut it down, I believe, in around about an hour, and got everybody gone. And I think they made a few arrests. I'm not sure on the amount, don't quote me, but I think maybe 12 people were arrested like on the night. But yeah, so the graffiti and all the damage, unfortunately, is what's left.
Right, and that happened on the night, all the graffiti?
Yeah.
Right. How weird. I've never seen it before. So if it wasn't for the party goers letting the event down, it could have carried on. I bet they have to agree, like, if we get caught, the party will end when it ends. I bet they have to agree, don't they?
Yeah, pretty much. I would have thought
you can't get a refund, can you? Because
no,
the party...
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I guess whoever bought tickets, whoever came, they know the score with these raves, and they know that there's a chance that the police might turn up and it might get shut down.
Yeah. But I suppose by the time the police have turned up, you've had a good couple of hours, I would have thought, before anybody even realises what's going on.
Yeah, literally that.
Yeah. Oh, right, okay. Well, it's opened my eyes to something else that happens on industrial estates.
Fair enough.
I just do YouTube videos on industrial estates.
Oh, right, okay.
And if there's something unusual like this, I thought maybe it was been a target for protesters. You did something controversial in your manufacturing or something?
Oh, no, sure, no, yeah, no. So basically, the building was ready to rent.
Right.
If you can go online, and if you put in Burcott Rd properties in Avonmouth, you can see pictures of it. As it was being rented, it was literally being rented out to a new tenant,
right.
And they came in the in-between, and they've completely destroyed it inside. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a, Yeah, I can't even explain it. It's bad.
So, whilst enjoying yourself at a party, you've come with graffiti with the sole intention to destroy the place as well, and not just have a good time. You want to that's a part of having a good time, is it? To destroy it?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Was it sort of, oh, if we're getting kicked out, I'm going to make a mess?
I don't know if it's that. What I would say is a lot of graffiti, a lot of tagging. I guess one man's street art is another man's vandalism.
Right.
I guess, and I guess the graffiti goes hand in hand with the scene. So I don't know if it's a case of wanton destruction or if it's just a case that it's when they do their events, you know, there are things inside they did, like urinating, toilet in places, ripping heaters off the wall, damaging the infrastructure of the building, and there's no justification for that.
Yeah.
The graffiti and the street art side of it is always going to be subjective on whatever side of the fence you sit on. But yeah, the graffiti is one part of that can be cleaned up, but the physical damage inside is another thing altogether.
Is that what these notices are about? Criminal damage?
Yeah. So the next about criminal damage, and obviously this is like a security hut that was put here at the time before from the area patrols. But the notices that were put up on the inside were I think they're the Lasco. Squatter notices, like so it's like we've now got possession of the building, because I don't know if you know much about squatting and squatters' rights and stuff like that. So my understanding of it is if they gain entry to a building and they're not seen to be causing damage, they get in with no damage to the building, no witnesses or anything like that, then they've got the right, after I think it's a period of 7 or so days, I believe, again don't quote me, I'm trying to remember from memory, where if nobody comes and visits the site's classed as vacant.
Right.
So then they can put out their notices and say we've now got squatters' rights. And like I said, for most people that takes 6 months.
Wow.
There are really good enforcement companies out there that can evict people quicker by coming out and building rapport with the squatters who they know, they meet at different properties and stuff. But again, that's up to the landlord who they hire to do all that side of things. But yeah, it goes on, sadly.
The moral of the story is keep your property secure, innit?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty secure. We don't really know how they gained entry in the first place, because it is quite a secure building. There was an alarm system, but they've ripped all that out the wall. I guess if they're really quick and they know what they're doing, which they do, you know, make no doubts about it, they do know what they're doing. Yeah, they can get away with it.
So like if the door was open, right, so somebody forgot to lock it, but the alarm did go off, then they've destroyed the alarm, committed criminal damage, they've still got the rights to stay after doing that damage to the alarm.
The problem is proving, isn't it?
Oh, right.
So knowing a crime has taken place is one thing. Okay. Proving who has committed that crime.
So they would say in their defence, oh, the alarm was already ripped out. We've just turned up with an open door with no alarm.
There we go. Exactly that. We got in peacefully. We didn't do that. We don't know who did that. Yeah. Like I said,
you've really got to prove.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
There's a big difference, obviously, in the law between knowing and proving. Like it's a huge difference. So
well, you know your stuff, don't you, mate? Yeah.
Try to. Yeah.
Is this what you do then? Just get sent to different sites of this nature?
Yeah. So like this is local for me. So any jobs that come in like this, we're happy to come and just look after the sites and have a look around and make sure they're safe. We're here 24 hours until the building is re-secured, re-alarmed, and the landlord's happy that they can rent it out again.
He's had his fingers burnt, hasn't he? So
yeah.
And you've got lights on as well, an extra deterrent.
Unfortunately, it's not actually, and sustainability wise it's not what the landlord will want, but unfortunately the power's been damaged, and they can't turn them off until an electrician comes out and it gets re-rated and items need to be repat tested and it needs to be checked that it's safe. They can't play with the electricity. So actually for the landlord it's a bit of a nightmare, you can imagine, because they're building up a bill, and also carbon footprint wise it's not ideal for the landlord either. It's not what they would want for their building. So
yeah, you're spot on, mate. Yeah. All right, well, thanks for talking to me.
No,
I will
welcome.
stay off the land. I'll just do some filming.
No, absolutely. You're on public land. You can film. You know the law. You can film where you want on public land. So
you're so nice. I'm tempted to ask for an internal tour, but I know the answer.
I can't, unfortunately. If I could, then I would do it happily. But unfortunately, I can't. However, I can tell you, the landlord, I believe, is JLL. Right. You're welcome to find their contact details. I don't know them off by heart.
Imagine if the landlord started charging people to view the damage that he could make some money off it.
Yeah.
But there's some nice graffiti. Well, we say nice. It's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that they're not amateurs. They really do know what they're doing, don't they, with this type of art?
Yeah.
I'll just check the other ones out. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, no, you're welcome.
A few tags, OFK, and whatever that is. A smashed window, maybe that's what the police did to gain entry, I don't know. And then a lot more inside here. We've even got a little Bart smoking a spliff there. Yeah. If this is your thing, certainly unusual, isn't it? OFK again. OFK. And the lights on, and is that some sort of, I don't know, Christmas lights? How unusual. But this is 110, and as he says, if you go online and do a search, you'll see what it used to look like inside. And it certainly wasn't with the alarm panel ripped off there. And is that a can of beer? Yeah, red stripe. Oh dear. Whatever next day, find an empty industrial unit, gain entry without being seen to cause any damage, and then charge people entry for a party that could be stopped at any point. I never knew that sort of thing existed. And maybe that was an entry point as well, that broken fence there. Just walk in without causing any damage. Then the place is yours apparently, but no thank you. No thank you. So we'll make this into a video of its own. I will hide a keyring. Let's go over here across the road. There's a little bit of a brick wall. There's a nice stone there, look. Let's point the GoPro down. The djaudits keyring will be just there. And I'll even put a little brick over the hoop so nobody knows it's there. So if you are one of the first people to watch this video and you do want a keyring, good luck. And there's no point taking the drone over. We can see exactly what it is. If you have enjoyed that video, do give it a thumbs up for me, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye bye for now.